Have you ever wished you could just hire a full-time research team? I mean, someone who's on call 24/7, not just to pull data, but to actually make sense of it all? Well, today we're diving into how you can build exactly that without the massive overhead using Google's incredible AI, Gemini. Let's get right into it. You know the feeling, right? Your browser has like 50 tabs open. You've got spreadsheets that seem to be telling you completely different stories, and there's a huge decision you need to make, like yesterday. For so many of us trying to build something, this is just daily life. And it's more than just exhausting, it's a serious bottleneck to actually getting things done. So what if you could just hand off all that chaos? Imagine an assistant that doesn't just go and grab information, but actually digests it, spots the patterns you might miss, and then hands it back to you in a format you can use instantly. That's the whole idea here. We're talking about getting your time and your mental energy back so you can focus on what you're actually good at. Okay, let's go ahead and introduce you to your new AI research lead. And I want to be clear, we're not talking about your everyday chatbot. This is a very specific, very powerful tool inside of Gemini called Deep Research. So what is Deep Research, really? Honestly, the best way to think about it is like you're hiring a junior consultant to write a report. You give it a big, complex topic, and it goes out, reads everything it can find, synthesizes it all, and comes back with a full-blown analysis. But here's the absolute game changer. It doesn't just spit out a giant wall of text. It gives you visuals, charts, graphs, and even interactive simulations. Now, this is super important. You have to know when to use which tool. If you just need a quick fact or want to do some casual brainstorming, the normal Gemini chat is perfect. It's fast, it's easy. But for those bigger, high-stakes questions where you really need to see the entire landscape from multiple angles, that's when you call in the specialist. That's when you use Deep Research. And this is where you've got to shift your mindset a little. You're not just asking a question anymore. You're writing a brief, just like you would for a human assistant. The more specific you are, the better your report is going to be. Define the scope, tell it exactly what kind of charts you want, and even ask for actionable steps, like a 30-day plan. This is how you go from a simple answer to a real strategic document. Okay, this is where the magic really kicks in. We're about to go from that chaotic mess of tabs and data we talked about to something that looks and feels like a beautiful, clean dashboard. I mean, just look at this chart. Imagine you asked for a report on AI adoption. You could spend the next 3 hours reading articles, or you could just look at this for 5 seconds. Instantly, you know who's leading the charge and who's lagging behind. That is the kind of immediate clarity that we're talking about here. Or how about this? You're trying to plan your marketing budget for the next quarter. A simple donut chart like this can make it so obvious where the money's going. It turns these complex allocation strategies into something totally intuitive and helps you see the balance between, say, content, community, and product. And this is where things get really wild. Deep Research can actually build you interactive models. Imagine being able to play with your budget in real time. You just adjust these little sliders for different channels and watch as Gemini projects the potential outcomes right in front of you. It's like a simulator for your business, letting you test drive strategies without any of the real-world risk. So, Deep Research is fantastic for looking out at the world and understanding the market. But what about all the valuable knowledge that's already locked away inside your own business, in all those documents and files? Well, that is where our next tool, Notebook LM, comes into play. Think of Notebook LM as a central brain for your entire operation. You feed it all of your internal stuff, your PDFs, your Google Docs, transcripts from meetings, you name it. Gemini then goes to work, reading and understanding your business from the inside out. And then it can use that deep knowledge to create brand new things for you. The process itself is incredibly simple. You upload your content, it analyzes and learns from it, and then you can just ask it to generate totally new assets based on what it knows. It's basically a content multiplier, turning your old materials into new formats with just a couple of prompts. I love this quote from the source material because it just hits the nail on the head. It really captures the feeling. For a solo entrepreneur or a small team, this is like cloning yourself. It's like having an assistant who can take your raw notes and turn them into polished assets, ready for your team, your customers, or your marketing. Okay, so having these powerful tools is one thing, but actually using them effectively, that's a whole other ballgame. So let's talk about how to put this all to work the smart way and avoid some of the really common traps. Look, here's maybe the most important takeaway. You have to treat this like a very smart intern, not a magic box. Give it clear, detailed instructions. Don't be afraid to ask for changes or revisions. And please never ever just copy and paste the output without having a human, you, review it. This is a tool to make you better, not to replace your brain. And let's be real, no single AI is a silver bullet for every problem. It's really important to understand where Gemini's strengths are. It absolutely excels at creating these rich visual reports, and of course, its tight integration with the whole Google ecosystem. But for some highly technical tasks, like super deep logic and complex coding, you might still find that other specialized models, like GPT, are a better fit. It's all about using the right tool for the right job. Ultimately, this all boils down to one simple and I think pretty provocative question. Every single day, your business is creating and consuming a massive amount of information. You've got customer feedback, market trends, internal processes. All of that data is a potential gold mine. But it's only an asset if someone is actually analyzing it. So the question I'll leave you with is who or what is doing that for you?